Okay, it is spring break for the kids and I. Make the perfect thing. So this week, my project is to turn this guy, a section of upper cabinets, kitchen cabinets, into a kitchen island. We have like this much counter space. This is our little kitchen. It's in an open area, so there's a lounge room, and over here is the dining room. We have this much counter space, right? It might be a bit bigger than I exaggerated to make lunches. That's usually where everyone gathers to make lunches. We've sort of lived with it like this since we moved in because we've been here 4 or 5 months now. And I keep saying I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. This is it. I'm doing it. So, stick around for this madness. My name is Sarah. Welcome to my little shop. This is 445 Designs. What this definitely needs first is a thorough cleaning. But their upper cabinets, very sturdy. They're in really good nick. I know I say less is more, but this is very dirty. Oh, I forgot to tell you in the intro, I'm going to turn these 2 cabinets into pull-out garbage cans. It's something I've always wanted, and so I'm going to do it. Let me tell you about where I got all these things from, okay? My dad, I didn't get them from him, is my go-to man. I can guarantee that I could walk into Dad's workshop and he would have scrap wood, kitchen cabinet, you know, old things that he's picked up on the side of the road. He collects, and whatever he can't fit in his shed, he chucks around the side of the house and, you know, under the carport or next to the clothesline. He's got stuff everywhere, even in my old chook shed. I don't have access to my dad and all of his things that he keeps. But I have a beautiful couple. Their name's Kathy and Doug. Doug is the American version of my dad. He has an amazing shed. I walked in and my eyes lit up. And he has old kitchen scrap, wood. He had everything that I needed for this project to get this done, you guys, including what I'm going to make the top out of and how I'm going to finish making these pull down, pull out garbage can storage thing. Whatever you call that. Okay, I did one off camera. Ta-da! And I'm gonna make a couple of changes. I did the holes on the outside. I don't like them. I think I should have done them on the inside. So, minor adjustment. I'm gonna swap sides. These, just so that it's all same. Have to do this guy now. You need obviously a bottom for where the bottom of the garbage can is going to sit, and you need 2 triangular pieces that are going to be the braces that are going to attach to the bottom and to the door. I'm not going to give measurements because this is all subjective depending on how big your cabinet is. made some adjustments to the main cabinet. Now I need to build the foundation for it. And I'm using 2x2s, those little square pieces of wood on the ground, and 2x4s. The 2x4s are going to be the braces in between the 2x2s, where the cabinet piece is going to rest on top of, and I'm screwing those in now to the 2x2s. I kid you not, this is a lot of me just standing around trying to figure out the next step, because I've never done this before, and I would normally call on Dad, but it's like 3 a.m. in the morning. I have to wait a little bit, so I'm trying to figure stuff out, but I think I'm doing okay. Right, yes. Right, so what did I say? 52. Now that the foundation is sorted, I am cutting out a piece of the MDF to act as the bottom shelf. So I just got off the phone with my dad at this point. I meant to tape it so you guys could hear him and I having a conversation about it, but I totally forgot. He said I was doing really well and that I seemed to have an instinct for it all, which was very encouraging and reassuring. So we talked about what comes next, and it's all going really well. And I did that all again to finish off the end, and I just took photos of it because it's just the same process. But before I did that, I went on and made wheels. No, I didn't make wheels. I attached wheels. And before I did, I made these triangle blocks for reinforcement, and that's actually where the wheels are going to be attached. That's a brilliant idea by my dad. Thanks, Dad. I have done a lot. I have converted the front of this into 2 garbage cans, attached the chain. I've built this, which is going to house our dog food, because we have this much pantry space, but it's all built out, so there's nowhere to put the dog food. So we're going to pop the dog food in there. And then, because I'm that kind of girl, I thought I would build the front out with some shelving so I can put cookbooks and kitchen decor and make it pretty. I've got to stick in a shelf right there. I have to do the top. I need to paint it all and frame up because I'm going to frame right here. There's a lot to do. I'm probably not going to get it all done today, but I will get it all done in this video. I have to. What did I do with my tape measure? There it is. Tam's looking at me. She's here. She's like, who are you talking to? Are you talking to me? I found a bit of barn board that I had left over. Measuring the cutout. In case anybody's curious, this is my cut line. This is the piece that's going to be the shelf. This is scrap. My blade, okay, is off if anyone's panicking because I'm touching a blade. This is a couple mil thick, okay? Whenever your blade goes down, it needs to be to the side that you're not using, because this couple of mil is going to eat. If you put it right on that line, it's going to eat into your measurement, and you want it just to eat into the part that you're not using, right? I'm using this, so I want to make sure that this edge of the blade is on this side of the line, right? Back one, isn't it? Yeah. Right, I'm up to the lid. So I am going to be staggering these boards because they aren't long enough. And I want to overhang about an inch. These are barn boards, so it doesn't have to be exact. Right, so now I have this gap in the middle. I'm not even going to tell you what I've lost again. Doug let me borrow his biscuit joiner, so we're getting real fancy. He said it's super easy. All I need to do is draw a line from one piece of wood to the other where the biscuit will go. I can do that. And I'm going to stagger them. I'm not going to put them all. I don't know if that's right or not, but I feel like that's right. Gut feeling. My gut has led me astray more than once, so that's fine. The edges where the boards meet should be planed. The wood is so beautiful, but as I'm planing and sanding, it's getting greener and greener. I was like, oh bugger. So I consulted the group that I'm a part of, and Jim from Furniture Warriors suggested that I use my oxalic acid, and that's what I did. I have a major aversion to green, you guys. When I was a kid, every summer my hair would turn green and I would get teased so much. So I was like, when I saw the green in the wood, I was like, no, no green, no green. So once it's sat on there for a little bit and you get the desired color that you want, you rinse it off really well with water, and I stuck it out in the sun. Thanks so much, Jim, for suggesting that. There were gaps still in between the boards, and I decided I would fill these gaps with some sawdust that I've collected and some of the Starbond glue that I have left over from when they sent me some products to try, and it worked really well. I am using, so Annie Sloan so generously gifted me 4 paints. This is one of them. I'm actually going to be using all 4 on an upcoming piece for a friend of mine, so look out for that video. I am going to be using one of them on this piece, and that is French linen. I also gifted myself one of her chalk paintbrushes. It's the medium one, and I am so excited, you guys. I'm just going to be putting on a base coat of the French linen. I am going to be doing another layer on top of this, and but I want to get down. Okay, I want to get this paint down on it. I have already scuff sanded everything. I'm extra, we all already know this. So I have already scuffed it, and it's a prepped and ready service. I am laying down a beautiful textured base coat here in the French linen. I'm going in a cross-hatching motion and just giving myself some great texture for my next layer. I went straight over raw wood with this paint. You do not have to prime first. You can just go straight over the wood and it works a treat. That is first layer done. I'm going to let that dry and then come in with my final color. Annie Sloan paint is so thick, it's so beautiful, right? Had a full can. I did all of that, and I've got, what's that? I used up 1, 2, 1/4. It's so good. It's such good quality paint. I'm putting it down because you know what I'm like. I will drop it and then I will cry. Oh, yeah. So while French linen is drying, I got the brilliant idea to do something crazy on the inside, and I'm just with my same brush going in with primer red. This red, guys, is so beautiful. So while I was painting in the primer red, I was watching in the background my friend Walessa over on A Life Refurbished. If you guys don't already follow her, you should go on over and check her out. She does amazing makeovers. She is crazy talented. And while I was painting, I was watching her make over this dresser, and she fell in love with the wood grain.
With every drawer that I clean, I fall more and more in love with the natural.
I feel the exact same way about the wood grain on the top of this kitchen island, and she made the decision for me. Thanks, Walessa. I'm going to be top coating this guy today. I'm in love with this wood grain now that it's not green. And I have filled in the larger gaps between the couple of boards and sanded down the glue that I put in there. Listen, you guys, it is not perfect. I would use epoxy going forward if I was doing this for a client, but it's for me and I'm okay with the way that it looks. I love the dings, I love the wormholes, I love that the glue that I put in there is not perfect. It looks a bit weathered and worn, and that is me. I am weathered and worn, so I like the way it is looking. I'm going to protect it now with my General Finishes in flat. I've given it a really good stir. I'm using my 2-inch angled purdy brush. And this wood is just going to soak it all up. Okay, so I talked with my dad today. I'm in the end trying to hurry and finish it all because Monday is my deadline. Today's Sunday and I've got a client job which will be a video to start tomorrow. So I have scrap wood because I made a staging wall finally, and I had leftover of the wood. It is a good thickness, it's really thin, it's not going to be hard to put on. I've just cut it into strips, and so I'm just going to set the camera back and let you guys watch what I've done.
Are you happy with it now?
Yeah, it's going to need a second coat, but yeah, I think so. I don't know.
But you can always paint over it if you don't like it.
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%. But I got to finish it because it's next week's video.
Oh.
Where do I start? Some things got left out of this video just because I was very aware of how long it was going to be and did not want to be too repetitive. We covered a lot in this video, from the build and how to construct it to the top and then fixing green wood, and there was a lot that was covered. So at the very end there, you saw me having a conversation with my mum. She asked me if I was happy with the paint color. I was not. Originally I was going for the French linen, and then over the top I was going to do that charcoal black. It's called Graphite by Annie Sloan. That was my original plan, but I got the brilliant idea that I should throw some Oxford Navy in there as well and then do sort of a blend. And I was trying to make it work and I wasn't happy. I had a time crunch, and so I just went back to my original plan and painted it all in graphite, and I love it. I've distressed it back so you can see the French linen under it in places. I love everything about this. This is everything I hoped it would be and more. The barnwood on the top is phenomenal. The grain, aren't you glad I did cover it up? All those grain people that get upset at me every week for painting pieces. Aren't you happy I didn't paint it? Those pull-out bins, I know I'm such a dork, but I have always loved those and wanted some sort of pull-out bin so I don't have to look at my bins. It is very rustic, it is very me. If I was going to do this for a client, I definitely would clean it up and use trim and all that sort of stuff. But this is for me, and it was about DIYing a kitchen island that I needed and using mostly things that were given to me or things that I had. Now, this grew, it wasn't going to be as big as it was, and I had to spend about $100 on lumber and paint. But $100 kitchen island for as big as this is pretty incredible, and I'm so chuffed with it. Thank you, Doug and Kathy. I definitely couldn't have done this without you and you guys helping me out there with 90% of what I needed to achieve this. And Dad, thank you for answering my calls and my questions. I love you to pieces. Thank you so much for your help. The only thing that would have been better is if you were here building it with me, but I'll take FaceTime too. I hope you enjoyed the process, that you could follow along with me through the build, and then you actually got to see reality of me changing my mind about certain aspects of this video. But that's real life, isn't it? Next week's piece, okay, I am doing another challenge. This time it is being hosted by Sav's Rehabs, and it is a spring challenge. The only rule is that we have to use color. So we have to paint a piece in some color. So I hope to see you guys on that piece. Bye. Love you to bits. Bye, guys.